Todd and Tasha back. We're back with a very good video. And I feel like I'm always saying we're back with a good video. When we should be letting you guys be the judge of that, so.
He's conditioning your mind in advance.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you guys to hurry up and hit that like button, that thumbs up button. But you know what? I had to say, I had to give YouTube credit because YouTube has actually been pretty good to us in February due to Black History Month. Because I noticed that the traffic to our channel has been higher than normal. So that's a good thing. But of course, now that's just about towards the end of the month there. The traffic has been, going back the opposite direction. No, I'm being serious. I mean, that's what's been happening for this month of February. Like, traffic has been wild and, more views on the videos. But then now that the end of the month is here, everything has been going back down. Anyhow, Todd and Tasha here, like I said before. And please make sure that if you really like this, if you genuinely like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. And we'll definitely appreciate it if you was to share this video. Share all across social media. And if you don't have social media, we ask that you share anyway. And also by you hitting that thumbs up, there's a rumor going around that when you hit the like button, that it helps out on a YouTube algorithm. So we're gonna experiment with that. Okay.
A rumor.
Right. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. We did say that. I said, of course, before while she was pregnant, that we want to talk more about investing and money and stuff like that. Even with this video, but we want to talk about like why we can't leave California, why we can't move from California.
We're stuck.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I think a lot of people think that we are crazy for staying out here, and some people may think that we're crazy because we left Las Vegas and moved back out here to California. But I don't think we're crazy. Do you think we're crazy? No.
Oh, of course not. No, I wasn't staying there. No, I mean, whoever's there, shout out to Las Vegas. It's just not the place for us. That's all it was. It was just not the place for us. Different times or something like that, or I have no idea, but yeah. Let's talk about that. Why can we not? We just had to come back. Had to circle back to where it all began.
Yeah, I mean, why is it so hard to leave California? I mean, they say everyone is leaving California, and of course, we left California a few years ago, several years ago, whatever we left, and went out to Las Vegas. Some of you guys may know the story already, but just in case you're new to this channel, we're just gonna give you a brief, a brief summary of what happened. So, some situations that happened out here in California, and where it could have easily been handled, and because it was not handled. It's an emotional thing, whatever, because basically my emotions, kind of got in the way. I just said, just forget it. And we went on out to Las Vegas. And at the same time, just kind of thinking, well, maybe the grass is green on the other side. We realized it wasn't, because when we went out to Vegas, it was just like so super hot out there. And, not just the super hot weather that we definitely couldn't deal with, but like it's casinos everywhere. My goodness, casinos everywhere. I mean, you can go into like the convenience store, CVS, whatever it is. It's your regular neighborhood store, aka liquor stores. And there's slot machines. There's people there and literally in wheelchairs or like the handicapped motor carts, and they're at the slot machines with the oxygen tank, pulling the trigger on the slot machines. But so only thing they really have out there is the strip, and the strip is like really bad. You guys just don't know. Like you can't tell by being on TV looking at it, but the strip was really bad. But not just even a strip. Just it wasn't like it was bad everywhere. And I'm not going to sit here and like do a crying comparison or anything like that, because we did a video about this like 3.5 years ago, and somebody recently commented on our video, oh, you're talking about crime is really bad in Vegas, but look at LA. LA is, what were you talking about? Just going off and everything else. And but we did that video 3.5 years ago before the pandemic hit and stuff. But now that the pandemic has hit, then crime has really been through the roof, even out here in Los Angeles. But yeah, so it was just a whole lot of stuff. Prostitution was just really everywhere. A whole lot of stuff that we didn't like having a family. Just anyway, for us, to make a long story short, it wasn't fitting our lifestyle at all.
And
not at
especially
all.
having, sons. Okay, so that just couldn't see in the foreseeable future that being something viable for raising boys. Okay, so that was just our whole spiel. That was the main thing, not to mention the weather. So speaking of which, we had to circle back. Okay, we had to circle back to California. Luckily, thankfully, we were only a short distance away as far as that. So
Exactly.
we're just like, okay, let's go back to where we came from, because it's not going to work. So, why is it that they're saying that there's a quote unquote exodus of people going or leaving, I should say, California. And however, I don't know if they really cover, meaning the media covers those people that have left and come back like us, and they have just tried it and it was just like, yeah, this was a mistake. No matter if it was Nevada or somewhere else, Nevada, Texas, whatever. There are other places too. But, I mean, why is it that we just had to stay here? We have to stay here, I should say. We just can't leave.
Yeah, it's hard to leave. So there's just like a lot of reasons why we cannot leave California. As crazy as we may be, the weather is like a huge reason. Like the weather is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's so beautiful. I mean, just you're waking up first thing in the morning, and the sun is just out, just blazing. And just the whole scenery of the hills and the mountains. You have your palm trees standing tall, and a slight breeze just kind of blowing the palm trees around. It's just absolutely beautiful. And if you guys like ever been in Bel Air, Los Angeles, oh my goodness gracious, that's a goal. That's another goal for us, like to actually live in Bel Air. I mean, that's one of the things that we're working on. Whether it's going to happen, we don't know. But Bel Air, California, Bel Air, Los Angeles, it is so beautiful. I mean, oh my goodness gracious. The homes are absolutely beautiful for one, but then the whole scene, the scenery is so nice. Mulholland Drive over there, you got sunset, everything running through there. The hills, I mean, you can go up into like the highest hills and you're overlooking everything. It's so breathtaking. You can go out there. I mean, just not even in Bel Air, but all around California, you can go out on like your balcony, whatever, and just have a glass of orange juice in the morning and just enjoy the view. So looking at that, you're like, oh my goodness, it's so heavenly.
Now, so you named a couple things there. You named weather and scenery, which is, of course, two separate things. So let me just hone in on the weather part, because those of you that are born and raised in California, you just really, I feel like sometimes people really don't understand the effect that weather has on a person, okay, or it can have on a person. It's vital because, again, being from back east, okay, around this time of year, which is winter, it is cold, like beyond cold, like below freezing. It's gray, and when you wake up and you're in those type of surroundings for a prolonged period of time, aka during the winter time, it really can do something to your psyche as far as that. And there's even, of course, you can look it up, there's been studies that have been done that people basically get more depressed, of course, around holidays. They say because it's like the holiday time, but actually, I believe it has a lot to do with the weather. Because the change in the weather, obviously, you less sun, less vitamin D. Vitamin D is good, vital for your body anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that just really plays a huge role as far as coming from back east, all out here. It was just a completely, totally different thing because we're seeing, I mean, you can almost forget, and I have before, forgot it was Christmas time. When we first came out here, it was so funny. So anyway, when we first visited, I should say. And, you know, you just are in an environment where you're feeling more, I would say, alive.
Right.
To really be able to do something.
More
all
vibrant.
Because of weather.
Yeah.
All because weather plays a huge factor. I mean, people who don't, you know, subscribe to that, you know, ascribe to that, I believe that's actually a word. The word, not subscribe, ascribe to that. You know, you may not have really experienced, you know, being in from one place to the next, one coast to the next, to the other coast. But again, if you look at, you know, different factors that affect people when they're in environments like, you know, warm environments, it makes a difference.
Right, exactly.
So that is definitely a huge, huge, huge thing. And we went, again, to the extreme of super hot. Okay? That's like over vitamin D. It was like burnt. So it just makes a difference when you have weather that is near perfect year-round, or at least far better than the rest of the country.
So basically what you're saying is that the people who weren't born here,
people who live here and have never experienced, because you know how sometimes you meet people who live here and they're just like, oh, LA, they're kind of over it and they're talking about going other places. And I'm just saying that I think that sometimes maybe they
or the people that were born here.
Yeah, exactly. I've had spoken to people who born and raised in LA and they're just like, you know, whatever, I'm over it, blah blah blah, but not realizing that, hey, okay, you go to other places, you may feel like a different type of thing when you go somewhere else as opposed to here. Maybe it's not appreciated as much. Not saying everybody, but some people do feel like that. So for those that are like us who are not born and raised here and we come here and we're just like, oh my gosh, this is great, you know, so.
Yeah. And I think too, you know, people that live here, not everybody, but there's, just like we were, you know, there's people that live here, they're just actually tired of California, you know, and tired of maybe all the mess and stuff like that, and they just needed a change like we did at one time. But but that Vegas you know, again, it was like too hot, and speaking of too hot real quick, and then we'll move on. But I remember I was taking care of I wasn't taking care of them, but sorry. I remember in the hospital, I was working in the hospital, and this guy, like, it was extremely hot out there, but like, he was on drugs, he was on some stuff, and that's why I don't believe in this safe so-called drug kit stuff, whatever that they're doing, and you know, that safe, you know, this is a safe way to take drugs. To me, that's just absolutely just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Safe way to, so let me shoot this up, but let me do it safely, but when you still can die, like this guy did. He was shooting up, whatever. But anyway, so he overdosed, and so it was like about, I don't know, maybe I think 116 degrees or something like that. So he overdosed and he fell out onto the pavement outside. And I mean, the sun was blazing, and this guy is still on there, because I can't even see the thing right there. But yeah, so he passed out. He overdosed, and he fell out onto the ground, and he cooked. This guy fried. I'm telling you, he fried like eggs. His whole back was just literally fried. If you was, you know, you would have threw up if you would have, you know, saw how jacked up he was. But and his eyes his eyes fried like eggs. It was just, his eyes were just going done. That's how hot it was. But anyway, but that being said, so going to a place like Las Vegas, Nevada, in Nevada, Henderson, and different places, that it's just a different world, you know, like it was just a different world, and we realized that we really missed, being in California, and we never said that California was perfect by any means.
Yeah.
California isn't perfect. There's a lot of stuff we don't like about California, but it's still things that's making us say, hey, we just can't leave again, because we had that experience, like, oh, just go move here and everything else, and prices are cheap, the houses are cheap, and you go there, but you're like depressed.
Yeah.
You're depressed because, like, if you're someone that likes to be active and likes to be outside doing stuff, and like we are, so that's why it's one of the reasons why it's hard for us to leave.
Right. So that's the next reason then would be the outdoor activities.
Right.
That's a great segue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of outdoor activities.
Yeah, so many outdoor activities. Obviously, number one is the beach.
Right.
But then, of course, the hiking trails, the hills, valleys, mountains, things of that nature, and just really a lot of the cities, especially in LA. We're talking about LA. A lot of the areas, I should say, out here are very walkable. There's an actual website or something like that. You can look up the walk score. If it's not just Google, I think it's like walkscore.com or something. I don't remember. But you can always look up the walk score of a particular area, which just simply means that, hey, even if you don't feel like driving or don't have a car or whatever, you can walk, to all of these different places. All of these places are within a certain mileage or proximity to where you are. And it just makes it like more convenient for you to live there. So of course, obviously with more convenience, sure, that means more money as far as a lot of times when it comes to the pricing of the area, rent, everything else. But the bottom line is, hey, you're exchanging that for one for the other as far as that. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So basically, the outdoor activities, just basically going into people watching. You can literally go out and just sit at Starbucks outside, in the corner or whatever the case may be, and just people watch. I mean, it's very interesting. You see the, cars, trucks, buses. You see all the different people hustling and bustling, depending on what area. I mean, it's just like the whole, vibe of being outdoors and being active is a really great draw for us, especially us having kids.
Yeah.
And even just if we didn't, or when they get older, we'll still have that access as far as that's concerned. So,
Right.
I mean, I just can't imagine not being able to do that.
Exactly.
So, what's another reason?
Well, yeah, you're definitely right in terms of, those, like the beaches and things like that. I mean, guys, it's just so, you guys don't understand. Like, if you've never been here in California before, like the beaches, guys, I mean, you can literally walk all day long on the beaches. You can hang out at the beaches all day long. And the trails, like the bike trails, walking trails, I mean, it seems like it goes on forever. So you can walk and walk. You can watch the sunset at the same time. It's just like really, really beautiful watching that sunset. Again, people are bike riding. And it's just an incredible sight seeing the boats and the ships go up and down the water. And then like you have your helicopters flying low and tour helicopters. It's just like really nice. And it's just so beautiful. And it's like breathtaking. You can go out there and unwind, get your blanket, just your whole picnic setup. It's just like, it's really nice. And, vibe with family and friends. Just, I mean, it's just like, something to do, so.
Yeah. Oh, another thing too, of course, I would say, is for those of you that are, and even if you're not, because it's not like we are main, like big wine drinkers, but wine country, okay? You can't forget about wine country when you think about California, which is one of those draws in terms of doing something as far as husband and wife or whatever the case. Hot air balloon rides, the romantic side as far as that's concerned, which we have to partake in.
Right.
It's like, gosh, how are we going to do this with these kids? But we will eventually get there. And just basically, just the ability to do different, I would say different things, indoors and out, but we're talking about outdoors, pardon me. So hot air balloon ride, wine country, that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I mean, you have places so many places to visit here in California. I mean, when we first moved out to California, I mean, we were everywhere, but like places you can go visit. You can go visit like Long Beach. I mean, Long Beach is beautiful. I mean, the ocean is right there. You have, a plethora of restaurants. You can go down to San Diego. You got Joe's Crab Shack, on the waterfront over there. Go up and down like the Riverwalk in San Diego. And you can, go back north and a little past LA here, and you can go to Santa Barbara. Oh. Santa Barbara is absolutely, absolutely, absolutely beautiful. I mean, guys, when we hung out in Santa Barbara, just the drive out to Santa Barbara, let me tell you.
It was beautiful.
Wasn't it beautiful?
Yeah. I can't describe accurately the vibe out in Santa Barbara. It was just like chill, laid back, as far as just you're there, no one's bothering you. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, you just there to just spend time with your family and just relax, So,
yeah, pedal boats. You can rent a taxi boat, pedal boat, whatever you call it. And just go up and down. The water there is just really, really nice. I just love just the palm. I can't even explain it, but it's just it looks like a forest of palm trees. Seriously, it looks like a forest of palm trees. It's just so heavenly, so beautiful. Really nice. But yeah, the people are chill over there. And there was another place that just Malibu. Oh my goodness. We were hanging out in Malibu Christmas Day in the dead of winter, and it was like 80 degrees outside, and we were at the beach. Why the rest of the country was under like a severe storm, ice watch or something like that, whatever. So it's just, and so to go somewhere else and it doesn't have that, it's just like, oh, you're like totally missing that. And I don't like to be living somewhere and I'm just like reminiscing 24/7, like just, I can't think of anything else but like California. Again, despite of all the nonsense that's going on out here, the politics side of it, just all of that, just the governor and the mayor and everything, but it is a different place out here. California is like its own world.
Yeah, it really is.
But, and then you have the Getty Center out here, and that's off of the 405 going northbound toward like Santa Clarita. So you have that, and there's another place I forget that you can visit. But and then the Griffin Observatory, you can go there and you can look at the stars through the telescope over there in the dome. It's so much to do.
Yeah, so that would be another reason is that there's so many culturally enriching, we'll say, activities as far as that. Like you mentioned, Griffith Observatory. You can go to the Getty Center where you see, of course, Getty images all over the internet as far as Google and websites and things like that. You can actually go to the Getty Center and see the display there and whatnot, and it was completely free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, it's completely free. So
the
free 99 is just like really awesome out here. If you have children, then over there, as far as LACMA, your kids can get in there up until the age of 18 for free.
The bread tar pits.
As well as you, with accompanying adult there
right.
too. So just have a couple kids with you, as far as that at least. Everybody needs like a little, whatever it's called, a little badge thing, but it's cool. It's free. La Brea Tar Pits is over there. Again, all of these things, the other little museum, which I totally can't remember the name of it right now, is over there free too. There's even like a Jewish museum over there, remember?
On La Brea?
But no, it's at the park off of 3rd Street. Remember we went in there? It's a small Holocaust museum. I know. See? Look at that. That little gems.
Yeah. Pan Pacific Park area.
Yeah, or something like that. And then, that's what it's called.
Right.
I mean, there's just like so many culturally sensitive and enriching activities where you can learn things. Of course, you go to the Science Center. You pay a couple of dollars and go to the Natural History Museum.
Yeah, right there across from the USC.
Exactly,
Well, really,
USC.
actually on the campus of USC.
Exactly. And then there's the aviation, isn't that over there
Yep.
on the campus of USC as well?
Space shuttle.
And there's also out there near Santa Monica, or not, like I think I should say on the way to Santa Monica, there's another aviation. No, that's the actual aviation museum. Honestly, I don't remember, but it's still recording. One or the other is, it's a big plane on both of them. But the bottom line is there's so many different, museums and things to do as far as that's concerned that it's just a lot of times it's free.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool. So,
exactly. And
jazz nights.
Jazz nights on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Is it Thursdays or Fridays?
I believe it's every Friday in
Fridays.
the summertime. Yeah, I think it's Friday.
Yeah.
Fridays during the summer, it's definitely Friday.
It's so nice. Yeah, so nice.
At LACMA,
Yeah.
the lights are there. And it's right by the, what's the one with the cars? What museum is that?
Oh, yeah, the car museum. I can't remember.
I see
The automotive museum.
But it's something automotive museum.
Yeah, I think that's
It's something. Anyway, it's the red and white building. That's red and silver building on the corner of Fairfax and Wilshire, right across from LACMA. Oh, and then they're doing something over there as far as like even making it more interesting. They added some other museum on there or something like that on the campus of LACMA. But anyway, bottom line is.
Well, they built the Oscar Academy over there or something.
Oscar Academy, yeah. So, and then not to mention, see, here we finding more things. Not to mention, of course, you go downtown. There is the what is that called?
Spit it out. Spit it out.
Sorry. LA Live. There we go. LA Live. You walk around there.
How did you forget that?
I know. I'm just saying, like, there's so many things that are just like super cool.
Figueroa, they're fixing up Figueroa and everything. The skyscrapers all up and down there. They're trying to make it look like Vegas and Times Square or something like that. Yeah, they're trying to. It looks really nice.
Yeah, I mean, just basically, there are these little pockets, and if they're big or small, that you can find some things to do, and it's just like, again, the free 99. So I guess that would be kind of like the lead into that.
Yeah,
the free 99 of it all.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just a whole lot of stuff. So it's just really hard for us to leave California because even though we know the cost of living is super sky high here in Los Angeles, California, California period. I mean, some place you can go where it's, much cheaper but still expensive. Is it worth it? Is it worth, staying here and paying higher prices than you would in other places like Texas? Yeah, it's worth staying here because, again, you don't get all of this. You can't go anywhere in the country and get all of this. So that's just how we feel about it, for, our opinion there. So, but again, people are just always like, how in the world? Like, it's like some of you may be watching this for the first time or been maybe thinking about considering moving to California, and you've been, probably been thinking about it for years. I don't know how long, only of course. But, you probably have a lot of people in your ear and it's just like, well, how do you do it? Like, how do you, because they make it seem like it's impossible. I mean, if you really love California, you can find a way to make it work, I mean, not everybody can make it work. I mean, it just depends on your mindset, whatever, but it's just like stuff that you can do. And so again, I think I jumped ahead of myself earlier in the video when I was saying, for us, the money part, this channel is about, money, finances, investing and whatnot. But I'm saying it now. I said a little bit too early, but so basically, like, money is power, but the person that's behind the money has the greater power than the money itself. So meaning that if you had a right mindset and you really understand, what is this rolling? Mm-hmm. Okay. If you have, the money and the mindset, the right mindset, then you can take that money and you can grow that money, you can expand that money. And Money, like I said, is a powerful tool because you can invest with that money. You can do a lot of stuff. And something that's really powerful and that's really a lot of people don't even really understand in the black community, because in the black community that color folks, black folk, we weren't taught as far as credit. And like I grew up, and if I'll put it like this, if I mess someone's credit up in terms of, okay, I didn't make a payment on somebody else's credit card, which I didn't know I was supposed to be making a payment on that particular person's credit card anyway, I would get yelled at. And people would say to me, oh, you messing up my credit. What are you doing? You messing up my credit? I'm like, credit? Like, what is that exactly? How does that work? So no one never really sat down and explained to me as far as credit, but
Oh yeah.
credit is very, very powerful, guys. So listen, so this is you might want to pull out a pad and pen and take notes here, because credit is very, very powerful. Now, check this out. You may be a person who may not have a whole lot of money in the bank too. You may have, a few $100s in the bank, maybe $500,000. Okay, you're not rich. Okay, so you're trying to figure out a way. Okay, I want to do some things, but I really don't have money. How can I get money to like maybe invest in real estate? So the key is, which I never understood, is having good credit. Having good credit, when you have good credit, that opens up the door to everything, guys. Listen, having good credit opens the door to so many opportunities like real estate, like getting a small business loan, like getting a personal loan, where you can take that money and do something with it. So because a lot of us, we're stuck with credit scores 300, 400, 500 credit score, and it's just not good, because quite as a kid, we can't get stuck with 300, 400, 500 credit score.
Right.
And so we get so discouraged. We'll find out that, okay, maybe we have something on our credit report and this delinquent, derogatory, whatever, and we just give up, like, oh, just forget it. And we just keep doing it, and our credit will never get better because we keep putting stuff off, and we keep allowing stuff to, we keep defaulting on our loans and different bills, and that's just not good at all. So, but having good credit, like I said, opens the door to so many different things too, like I said, real estate. So, what you can do, you can actually get credit cards, and you can get different credit limits. Obviously, there's a buildup, but you can get enough money to where you can take money out from your credit card, or you can obtain a loan or small business loan, or you can get a personal loan to, like I said, where you can invest in that real estate that you saw that you wanted. You can go purchase real estate. It doesn't have to be something super expensive. Get that, fix it up, flip it. Or what's another good thing is you can get real estate, and you don't necessarily have to live there, but you can turn it into an Airbnb. And people make Airbnb, like I was looking at a lot of stuff about that, but you can turn that, you can really make some money. You get something really nice, like in a place like Palm Springs. Oh. Get you some real estate on Palm Springs. Like you can charge, depending on obviously, the house it is, but you can charge like between like $6,000 and $10,000 and rent it out, per night.
Oh, wow.
People like pay, I'm telling you, people, you go look as far as Airbnbs that's available in places like Palmdale, where they're like charging like Palm Springs, we're charging like $6,000 to $8,000 a night. Can you imagine how much you can make just in 1 month? If you're booked, there's a lot of them, they're like booked for the whole month. Wow. So you're good. So you have to, you pay your mortgage and all the other expenses, and maybe pay whoever's like doing the listing for, if you have somebody working for you. Like, you're good. You are good. That's one way. So another thing is, again, with trading, like I talked about before in other videos, trading is just so good because, again, now the credit, you can get, a nice, credit card where you have a real good credit limit. You don't have to use your money at all. You can use the bank's money. That's the key, using the bank's money to finance your opportunities, your
Right.
business. So you can take, you can get a credit card. For instance, maybe you get like a $10,000 credit limit, and you can take, 1,000 or a few thousand or whatever you feel is necessary, whatever it fits you, and you can like invest it in, real estate. Like, I'm not gonna really say too much as far as stock market because that's a whole nother thing. But as far as Forex, investing in Forex, you can, take that money and, flip it in the market. So that's a good thing you can do right there. So it's a lot of things you can do. But like I said, the key is having good credit, using the bank's money, using other people's money.
Yeah, and really just having the knowledge and a plan as far as that's concerned. Some people say, hey, I really want to do X, Y, and Z, but never go past that step in terms of, okay, well, how am I going to actually do that, or what's the plan, or whatever the case may be, what's the layout, and things like that. So especially moving out to, LA, you definitely want to see how you can set yourself up for that. And, give yourself time. I would say that's like a big factor too, is to give yourself time to get your coins together, so to speak, as
Right,
they say.
exactly.
Give yourself time to get your coins together. There are some people who make it a goal of, hey, when I reach whatever age or whatever the case may be, or when I retire. I mean, I wouldn't say wait that long. It just depends. But it's just all up to you. But bottom line is, you can, again, like Todd said, okay, while you're doing that, what's the plan in terms of what are you going to be doing? Say you give yourself, I don't know, 5 years, something like that. Just an example. And you're saying like, all right, I'm going to do this, and this, work on my credit, get this going. You can even open up, certain accounts or whatever. Take advantage of compound interest as far as savings, and whatnot. Just a lot of things like Todd and I are going to discuss on this channel and really go in depth and detail about that we were not taught as, black folks, as Todd says, in our community. A lot of times we don't talk about it, and we're scared to really dream big because we don't really know how money works. We don't know how credit works. It's just basically because we don't know stuff. So then we just like shut down and just say, forget it.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of y'all not moving. I mean, that's why a lot of you not taking a step to do stuff, because you just honestly don't know. And so you just say, all right, forget it.
Right.
I don't know. That's why, a lot of you are not moving. It's just it's just a simple fact of not knowing, so the fear kicks in and you just say, forget it, I'm not even going to do it. But the bottom line is just, if you don't know something, learn about it. Like you can't see yourself moving out to California as an example because you're thinking about, how your credit is bad, but your credit is bad, so to speak, because you really don't understand credit. Or you don't, you can't see yourself making enough money, quote unquote, people say a lot of money, to live out here because, oh, well, I'm bad with money, or I don't have enough skills, or whatever the case, when actually it's just that a lack of knowledge. And that's what a lot of us in our community, really, that's the problem. It's just that lack of knowledge about credit, about money. Because it's like, so scared to talk about it.
Right.
So scared to talk about it in our community, but we weren't taught those things when we were growing up. And it just, it's time to talk about it now. Just we can't be scared anymore.
Exactly, yep. But like I said, having good credit, it really goes a long way. It really goes a long way. And so that's the thing too, because so you apply for a credit card and like you may just be, trying to rebuild your credit. And you get like a $300 credit limit. Okay, that's fine. So you make your on-time payments for 6 months. I mean, obviously more than that, but at least 6 months. They'll more than likely give you a boost as far as your credit limit. And then your score is steadily, rising, and on your credit report is showing that you've been making your payments on time. So then they'll, of course, give you even a bigger boost as far as your credit limit. But not just that, you can apply for like another card, and they're gonna look at your credit report and say, oh, they've been really good as far as making their payments on time. So we're gonna give them a $5,000 credit card. And then you might apply for something later on. As you know, time goes on, you apply for another car. Bingo! It's $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 credit limit. Like, can you imagine? So when you get credit cards like that, where you have a fat limit, that's where obviously you have to be careful how you use it. You know, you have to be careful how you use it, but take that money, the bank's money, and invest it, because you know what? When you put your money into a bank like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, they take your money and they put it in the market.
Right.
They put it in the market. They trade your money. They trade your money.
And see, that's the thing, you know, again, for some people, this may not be new information, but for others, it may be new information. And that is something that I know I learned later on in life, was just like, wait, okay, so the bank is not just, my money is not just sitting in the bank. It's not just sitting there waiting for me to withdraw it.
Right.
It's okay. Waiting for me to withdraw it. Is they are using, you know, our money, so to speak, to, like he said, to trade in the market. And some of you, you know, you're having a mental block because, like Ty said, you have a credit limit of this amount, that amount, whatever the case may be, 5,000, 10,000, and you kind of freeze up because you're just like, oh no, what if I screw up? What if I do this? When again, it's just about learning and having a plan.
Yeah.
Because you can use that money. It's about leveraging.
Right.
You can use that money as leverage.
Yeah.
And do other things with it. It's you know, having a plan, having goals, and seeing in the future by way of having a plan for the future.
Yeah.
So if you have, especially if you have kids, you want to think about, okay, here's the thing, not to jump all over. In our community, a lot of times we are so focused on the right now. Like, we don't even look at the future.
Right.
We don't even look at the future. We're not taught to look at the future. We're taught to just, like, focus on right now, paying this right now, getting this out the way right now, whatever the case. So, a lot of times, just to be honest, in our community.
Keep going.
Okay. Just to be honest, in our community, a lot of times we don't think about, you know, the future. We don't have any long-term investments. That's another video. And then also life insurance. That's why a lot of times, no offense, we see people with these GoFundMes, they're trying to bury their family member, which is tragic, because they didn't even invest in life insurance, because they couldn't think about the future and what that would be, you know, what that would be about, or what that could look like as far as that's concerned.
Right.
So, there are just so many vehicles that can be used, vehicles meaning financial vehicles, that can be used to really just have us with our stuff together. But it's just about learning, and that's what we're here for.
But you're definitely right. Like, you're definitely right in terms of you were saying. Damn, what were you saying?
Hey, look, see, he got up and got this soda that he doesn't need.
Oh my goodness.
Now he has soda brain.
Right.
As far as leverage.
Leverage. Oh, you just said something else though. Oh my goodness gracious. I cannot believe I forgot.
No more soda breaks.
My
See, if he had a
gracious.
water break.
What was that? You said something. Plan. Okay, that's what I was going to say. So you're definitely right in terms of having a plan, because, you know, when you have a plan, like, you have something to go by. You know, you have like the blueprint. You know, you create the blueprint of how you want a certain, you know, something to go, how you want your life to go. You know, there's like things that, you know, we have goals, you know, we have a plan, and we're steadily revising our plan, you know, like, that's another word I'm looking for, but not changing the whole plan altogether, but just kind of, you know, revising it a little bit.
Tweak.
Yeah, tweaking, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, tweak. But, forget that. No, but anyway, but yeah, just having so like when you have a blueprint, when you have a plan, you tend to see things more clear, you know, you see things much better. And so you can better understand the direction that you're trying to go in. And so then, and I think like you even do this too, like you have your board thingamajig and then you check off like, what you accomplished. And I can't think of the word I'm looking for. But yeah, so, and because like there's things that goals we have and things that we want to do, and one of the things that we really want to do, we want to get our money together because we want to get one of these new electric SUVs that they have out with. I mean, just absolutely, we want an electric vehicle so bad. I mean, gas prices here in California are over $6. But yep, so having a blueprint, plan is definitely worthwhile doing too. So
Bus pass here. I'm kidding. I mean, exactly. I just I'm very glad that we're going in this direction as far as the channel, because this is information that I feel is very important, and I know it's important to other people, whether they see it or not initially. I think that it's just something that's beneficial, especially these times. People are leaving their jobs, getting fired. All of these things are going on, and especially in our community, we were hit the hardest, I would say. And the time is now to take action and take
yes,
charge.
definitely.
And you can do it out in California. You do it wherever you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to move here. But the bottom line is,
it could be anywhere
possible.
in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, the same rules basically apply because, again, you can move like to Texas or Nevada, but if you don't have a plan, I mean, just like somebody actually, one of our subscribers had commented on one of our videos, and they said they didn't have a plan when they moved out to California, so then they had to move back home. And we totally understand because stuff like that happens. We move places, and we just underestimate things and don't really have a true plan, and then we get ourselves in trouble. But you become stronger. Like you learn from your experiences, your mistakes. So your mistakes makes you stronger because you know what to do and what not to do. Just simple as that. We can't beat ourselves up because we made a mistake. And
I think too that also a huge piece of the pie puzzle, or whatever the case may be, is basically having a non-negotiable, like, this is what we're doing, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't know all the pieces to whatever it is that you're planning on doing, then it's just still, the fact of the matter is, okay, I don't know how this is going to happen or whatever, because of course we don't always know the how, but it's like, but this is what I'm doing. And, we stand out here and that's it. That's, of course, involves, obviously having faith and everything. But again, then the way will be made. The plan will be made clear to you. So, again, you just have to.
Right, because you can't. See, that's the thing, like, where a lot of us get in trouble. Like, we are so fearful, like, of moving someplace. Oh, I'm just scared to move to New York, or scared to move to Oklahoma because I've been, in my city for all my life, and I'm scared to go do it. I don't know if I should do it, and X, Y, and Z, and it could be a real good opportunity out there waiting on you that you may not even realize, So, like, I would strongly suggest to pray, about it. Pray before you make a move. If you want to move to California, if you want to move to Washington, like, pray about it. Like, ask, like, Lord, please show me the way. Like, is this where I should go? Do you want me to go here? If I go here, I mean, like, ask, because we are strong believers that God answers prayers. He hears you,
right? And
He will give you direction. So I strongly believe that. So
yeah, I mean, if the desire is in your heart, it says in the word that he gives us the desires of our heart. I say that's twofold, meaning the desire is in us from who? Is from God. And on top of that, he gives it to us, but we have to, of course, step out. Like Todd said, we have to step out, ask, like, okay, just want to make sure it is you, Lord. And then you have to step out on faith and do it, take action. And you may not know the whole way, so to speak. You may not know all the pieces. You may not have the whole book, but it will be made clear. You just have to, decide. There we go.
And I just, okay. But I want to interject here too. Like, please stop listening to negative people. Stop listening to the naysayers, because you always have people telling you they're always speaking against what you're trying to do. Like, don't even tell people your goals, what you're trying to do. People will shoot your dreams down really, really fast. I mean, they will think you're crazy for doing this. Like, there's some of you guys watching now, you have people, you're very, not your friends, mainly, I mean, your friend, maybe some of your friends, so-called friends too, but you have family members that's saying, no, you can't do that. Why you do? No, don't do. You can't do. You should. Everything, you may feel like every move that you try to make in life, you have your family being so darn negative about every move that you want to make, and you want your family to support you, but don't stop. Don't let your family kill your dreams. If you want to move to New Mexico, if you want to move to, let me say, to India, I'm just saying, if that's where your heart is at, if you have a master plan, forget what everybody else is saying. Forget because again, they can't live your life. They're not living your life. Right. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, you only one that can live your life is you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because you have people they'll try to live your life and their life too. In other words, they try to live a double life.
Right.
In that sense, a double life. You're just like, I want to be happy, but like, don't spend your life trying to make your family happy. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't please family.
And it's funny because Grant Cardone talks about that in his book, Be Obsessed or Be Average. He talks about how, his family, he says naysayers versus, haters. Okay, so the naysayers, of course, are your family and friends, just like Todd said, who anytime you say something, oh no, remember that one time, California, a roll of toilet paper is like $5.
Oh my goodness.
Or just whatever. But they're saying
which was untrue.
Exactly. But they're saying that from a place of,
Ignorance.
Of course, their own fear, but also, too, it's about, staying safe, keeping, quote unquote, keeping you safe, keeping everything safe and intact and everything else. Maybe they're well intentioned, but the bottom line is it's still obviously negativity, but it's coming from their own feelings, okay, their own insecurities, as far as like they cannot imagine themselves doing that, so they just want to make sure, like, oh no, danger, let me warn them. But it's really about them, okay? Where versus haters, they just really are haters.
Exactly.
That's totally different. So family, friends that do that, that's one thing, but haters, that's something different. Anyway.
Yep. So just a quick summary of this video is that, basically the main reason why we can't leave California is because it offers so many things for our lifestyle, for our type of lifestyle. We love the diverse of people out here too. That's a big bonus right there. Right. Connections and everything else too. Scenery to view. And then again, we talked about, basically the key to survive and the key to making it happen, not only in California, but everywhere, is having good credit. Utilizing credit, getting, loans, getting your credit good enough to where you can get like personal loans, business loans. You can get big credit card limits to where you can use the bank's money and you can invest in like Forex or the Dow Jones and the markets. You can do all that stuff. So using other people's money, because the banks, they use your money. So that's the key to surviving, because once you have good credit, you can take that money from, like I said, business loan, a personal loan, or from the credit cards, and you can take it and you can flip it. You can take it and invest it. You can take it. You can open up businesses. You can open up a business shop or whatever and bring, more money in your home. So that's just basically a brief, summary of this video. And we know it was a long video, so we don't apologize for it. I just, it got to the point where I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not going to try to put a time limit. I just want to just go with the flow and just make sure that we're genuine and everything too. So
you can always do what I do and listen to YouTube videos that are long and speed them up.
Right.
I speed them up. I just listen to them at like 1.5 times speed or double speed.
Yeah.
Okay, bam. There you go.
So thank you guys so much for watching this video. We love you guys. I really appreciate all the support. And, some of you guys comment. You guys always comment. Some of the same ones always comment all the time. And we greatly appreciate it. And we definitely appreciate you guys, not only that comment all the time. Sometimes you share personal stories or situations. We really appreciate that. And quite honestly, even though the number doesn't really say it on our channel as far as the amount of subscribers, but some of you guys make us feel like that we have over 1 million subscribers just for the love, and always, again, interacting with us, leaving comments and just saying kind things to us. So we definitely really appreciate that too. So
absolutely. And it feels good to be back. Okay? Like I'm not sleepy and just like feel like I'm drugged. Now that I've had the baby, so we'll have more of content coming, which is great. And of course, remember, or I should say, don't forget. I don't think we should say don't forget. I should say remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share all over social media. And if you don't have social media, share anyway. And of course, until the next video. Hope I'm not missing anything because you look.
No, just however you want to end it out. I don't have a switch back there, Bill.
It's been a while. Oh, please. So anyway, until the next video, we'll see you on. What am I saying? Until the next video. Of course, have a great day. Enjoy your life, and of course, remember that anything is possible. So, peace.